Women like Stephanie McNeal, the writer of that bullshit ass article in Glamour Magazine, and
Balake.
are a perfect example of how women are the primary sources of enforcing, upholding patriarchy, sexism, and misogyny, and that they keep other women oppressed. Except Stephanie McNeal, she calls herself a feminist. I think the best way to describe the ladies and gentlemen who are reporting on the Justin Baldoni and
Balake.
case, the best way I would describe them in the most professional manner is colleagues, my TikTok colleagues. And so far, I've come across like two videos where they are addressing the red pill feminists who wrote the article in Glamour Magazine and reducing the women who are reporting this case as mommy sleuths, which is kind of ironic because I don't even have small children. Mm. What I am is a 20-year Army veteran who deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. I almost got blown up twice. Never talked about it, but when you face a near death experience, it really just shapes and puts things into perspective. I almost got blown up on two different occasions, one going out on mission to a meeting, and the other about playing chess with a commander. But that's for another story. Mommy sleuths, huh? Hmm. The projection. It's red pill feminists like her is the reason why nobody takes y'all serious anymore. Red pill feminists, and for those who are the same complexion as me, red pill hotep feminists. Yeah, hide behind the guise of feminists, but in actuality, all you do is uphold and enforce patriarchy and sexism. Because how dare you sit there and reduce the women who are reporting on this case as just mommy sleuths, as if we don't have careers, we don't have responsibilities outside of being a mother. Interesting. Mm. If that isn't sexist in itself, I don't know what is. It's amazing how y'all sit there and try to spin this narrative that women who side with Justin Baldoni and support Justin Baldoni, despite the overwhelming evidence that he is innocent of the sexual harassment and retaliation accusations, that we're on the alt-right pipeline, all because Candace Owens sided with him. And the only reason why she took an interest is because she hates Hollywood. But you lumped all of us on this alt-right pipeline. And I'm going to repeat the same sentiments that my TikTok colleagues said. If you'd have taken the time out to read all of the legal documents, you would have seen that he is innocent. But you only validate and prove that you legacy media outlets are lazy, incompetent, and inept. Hmm. It's interesting how you're going toe to toe for a woman who couldn't give two shits and a fuck about you, and that she is Team Harvey Weinstein and Woody Allen. I'm sorry, then when did feminism change to defending and upholding a known predator who is serving 30 plus years in prison for assaulting over a dozen, if not more, women in Hollywood? Hmm. Wow. I'll tell you this much. This case has definitely exposed y'all for the hypocrites that you are. Hypocrites. You hide behind the guise of feminism because you want to avoid accountability and responsibility for your own narcissistic, toxic ass ways. You don't want to call out women who are responsible for the harm of other women, children, and men. Oh, us women need to stick together. We need to support other women. You bitches are more dangerous than the men who cause harm to other women. You're hypocrites. Hmm. And what's very interesting is, had this been an actual case of sexual harassment, it would be cut and dry. But despite all of the proof that's been laid out, despite the fact that a handful of my colleagues, my TikTok colleagues, who have been reporting on this case that started off as Team
Balake.
saw the evidence, utilized critical thinking and discernment, and said, whoa, he's innocent. You red pill feminists ignore the fact that
Balake.
got 2 female assistant directors fired when they clocked her bullshit. But y'all want to turn a blind eye to that. Y'all want to turn a blind eye when narcissistic, toxic ass women are being very harmful to other women. Do you know the easiest way to traffic young girls, young boys, and vulnerable women is with another woman? That traffickers use women to prey on other women. And yet you have the nerve and the audacity to call yourself a journalist. I've never respected journalists. I always found y'all to be incompetent, inept, and lazy. Why is it that we're doing your job? I have a salary, and it doesn't matter what I report. I'm still going to get paid the same, and this is why you're incompetent, inept, and lazy. You cannot be trusted. And the general public agrees with that sentiment. You're lazy. But guess what? I'd rather be on the alt-right defending an innocent man whose life has been flipped upside down because of a narcissistic groomer than be on the side of red pill feminists who support a woman who grooms young women and who defends Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, definitely on the wrong side of history. And you're definitely hypocrites that cannot be taken serious anymore. To add to the hypocrisy of you red pill feminists, especially you, Stephanie McNeal, whose entire 7-minute video is about, as well as your cohorts. It's interesting that you deleted your original post on Instagram, but then moved your video that's gaslighting us to TikTok. You want to sit there and talk shit about my colleagues, but you're doing the same exact thing, trying to monetize off of TikTok for clicks and views because everyone knows that rage baiting and gaslighting content drives the most engagement. Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Hmm.